Good evening. Tonight we are going to talk about the nature of reality. Frankly, reality is too vast to even begin to conceive of its scope. On a purely physical level, we can see billions of other galaxies and more than 100 billion times that many stars. And there are so many stars and galaxies out there that we haven't seen yet and will likely never see. When it comes to time, the universe is billions upon billions of years old. We don't know how long we're going to be here. All we know is that we are just a speck in the greater universe. As far as the universe is concerned, we probably matter not at all. And conceiving of the physical universe is actually too much for us. It's not possible for us to truly comprehend the vastness of the universe. And believe it or not, things get even more mind-boggling when you think of the spiritual side of our lives. You might start talking about something called vibration levels. This concept is sometimes referred to as planes of existence. Usually these planes of existence are invisible, but not always. Sometimes they bleed through. How we interpret the levels that occupy the same space as we do, but exist on a different energy level, is central to the Wiccan faith. Planes of existence and levels of reality will really be covered more in upcoming videos as we discuss more about Wiccan spirituality and practice. For now, it's important to understand that the planes of existence are realities that exist on different vibration levels. In theory, we can exist on any of these planes, and we can sense them through changes in our own consciousness. Access to these planes can be gained through techniques such as astral projection, lucid dreaming, or even intense meditation. The various planes of existence are non-material. They are fluid, responding especially well to thought and emotion. For this reason, traveling between the planes is best reserved for those who have learned how to consciously control their thoughts and emotions. A stray thought or an uncontrolled emotion could change the nature of the plane you are visiting, at least on a temporary basis, and that may not necessarily be fun for you. Like our world, the spiritual world has inhabitants, beings that live there. Some of these inhabitants of these different planes of existence have much in common with us. Others are so different that we may initially fear them. Sometimes the spirits that can be encountered on these planes are tricksters. Some are wise companions who will go with us on the journey. Some are grouchy, and occasionally some are malicious. Just like we are. They're not that different from us, except they exist on a different plane of existence. Most of these inhabitants are affected by emotions, and often we don't have full control over our emotions. If you react in fear, they will respond accordingly. Though there is much to be gained by traveling to other planes of existence, there's also some things to be wary of. But ultimately, space, time, planes of existence, it really is all too strange for our own comprehension. Our brains just aren't that big. It's really just not possible for us to wrap our heads around all of it. If that's so, how can we even begin to cover such a thing as the cosmos or the nature of reality? Perhaps a model of the universe, one that makes sense to the mind, might help give us some perspective. Think of the universe like a great gift given by the goddess and the god. They might have forgotten to include the instructions. You look at this gift not really sure what it's for, but you think you figured it out. You think it's a tool of some type. But your neighbor is also studying this same gift, and he thinks it's a toy. Your other neighbor comes to a different conclusion entirely. That's pretty normal. Their perception is different from yours, and different from each other. We all see the same reality. It is what we perceive and what we take from this reality that differs, and it can and does differ greatly. So what does all that mean? Well, that sort of depends on your point of view. In Wicca, reality is considered a more subjective thing. Reality is as you perceive it. Your worldview defines your reality. This means that you can shape your own reality simply by shaping your perceptions. All of this is important if only to make one point very clear to students of Wicca. Your own perceptions and your own beliefs will determine your success when following a magical path. What you believe and how you see the universe is the true nature of your reality. It is your reality that matters most when practicing Wicca or following any magical path, and you can change your perception of that reality, therefore changing your own reality. We'll go more into depth into this in future videos. For now, blessed be.